What's up guys, it's me Oi, and we just got the full reveal for the Whirlwind tree for the Lord of Hatred expansion. We got all the nodes were revealed, and we also got the reworked unique, which I'm gonna preface, it's not the one you're thinking about, right? It's not Gorse, it's one that you'll not be expecting at all. So let's get right into it, right? Starting off with the Whirlwind skill. It's basically the same, the lucky hit chance is exactly the same, the fury cost is very similar, and the percent damage is also very close, so the skill itself didn't change too much. We do have the martial tag, which I'm not 100% sure what that is yet, we'll find out, but yeah, we do have the martial tag, that might be important later on. Now, starting with the rest of the skills. The first nodes, as you can see here on the skill tree, we got the small nodes, right? We're talking about these first level 6 ones, then we unlock them at level 10 here, and this one we unlock at level 15. It seems like you'll unlock this one first, this one second, and this one third. Most likely this one is unlocked at 15, this is likely unlocked at 20 something, and this at 33 it seems. Sadly, I couldn't get better quality images, but it is what it is. But yeah, the first one, you're gonna have a choice between either 12% increased movement speed while you're spinning, or 40% increased damage while costing 10% additional fury. I think the option is quite clear, right? You just take the increased movement speed. We don't want to... Sorry, no. You take the increased damage, of course. We don't know if we still have the movement penalty that Whirlwind has. Whirlwind has 25 less movement speed while you're Whirlwinding, at least right now. Additive, it's no longer multiplicative ever since season 11, I believe. But anyway, you can get movement speed somewhere else. The 40% mode is way too good. The Fury, you can solve it. So it's quite easy, even when you're spending 2 times more fury. Back when we had key passives, which you don't anymore, it was still quite manageable, so this is not going to be an issue, and it's 40% more damage. Right, so this one is quite simple. Now, the second choice, at level 10, it's going to be either channeling damage bonus, basically for every time you deal damage, basically you deal 1% more damage. Stacking up to 25 times. So 25% more damage, realistically, you can stack this up quite easily. Just don't stop channeling the Whirlwind. Hopefully they make it work like the Aspect, which basically whenever you just stop spinning for like 3 to 4 seconds, it doesn't go down. We'll see, because we still have a lot. We still don't know if Call of the Ancients is gonna be cancelling the animation or not. Cancelling the channeling. It used to cancel. The only skills that didn't cancel was the Shout and Rasa the Berserker ever since season 8, I believe. I don't think I'm missing anything else. Basically everything else just cancelled that. We'll see. Hopefully at least Call of the Ancients, they reworked it so it doesn't cancel, but we'll see anyway. Regardless, it's a 25% molt or the ability to apply Weaken. Now, Weaken, for those that don't know, is currently a Paladin only mechanic. It's not going to be on Lord of Hatred, of course. It basically just makes you take less damage. 20% from our enemies, 15 from elites, and 10 from bosses. You probably don't care about this unless there's a way for you to increase damage, like Paladin has some aspects that increase the damage it does against weakened enemies. As far as we know, we don't have anything like that yet, but we haven't seen any aspect at all when it comes to Barbarian. So, you know, there might be something there. For now, this one for sure, but Weaken might be a choice if we have something good to pair with it. Now, going on to the big choices for our build. First of all, I'm really excited about this one. Tornado. For those that don't know, this is basically the aspect we have on Barbarian. Here, let me pick it up. The Dust Devil aspect, where is it? Yeah, it's basically this one, right? It's this aspect without the 25%, of course, right? This is to the stables, even though it doesn't say here, right? It's basically that aspect Now it is a node on Whirlwind, which, very good, because it now, and take this with a grain of salt of course, likely makes it so these dust devils created by Whirlwind do scale with Whirlwind modifiers. So any of the passives you have, the 14 to 25% damage mode should work here, and almost likely we should be able to use Whirlwind aspects, like for example Dire Whirlwind, to also increase the damage of these specific dust devils, the one that come from Whirlwind. They made this work earlier with minions, the ones that come from Call of the Ancient. They made it work for them. So hopefully they also made it work for things like this. We'll see. But it should, considering they have done it for the minions, it only makes sense if it's actually coming from the skill itself. This will also likely be the best thing for us to level with on Whirlwind. It will be the one we'll be using almost for sure. So hey, it's a choice. The next one, by the way, I'm really excited about this one. The build I'm gonna make, it's probably gonna be with Tornado, because the other ones, as you're gonna see, might not be as good as they are right now. Oh yeah, another thing here. This likely, you can notice that the text is slightly different from this, right? So there is a possibility that this now scales with attack speed. If it does, that's gonna be crazy, and it should, because either that or attack speed is a dead stat on the which has been for the longest time. Attack speed has been a dead stat on Whirlwind. It doesn't think on Dust Devil Whirlwind, by the way, not Whirlwind itself. Dust Devil Whirlwind has been a dead stat forever, so hopefully they do make it scale with attack speed. Other than that, bursting, this is basically the Gore's effect, but better. I mean, better in the way it procs. I'm not 100% sure about the damage. We also have a source of burning here. This is the first time we actually have had damage over time on Barbarian. There are other nodes. We have seen Rend, I believe, as well, has something like this. We'll see if this is good or not. I don't think the damage conversion could have some potential, depending on the multipliers we have access to. That being said, I don't see the burning. Again, we haven't seen a lot of stuff. They could have added a lot of new stuff to Barbarian that actually makes damage over time builds really strong. As far as I've seen, this is not that great, but, we might be surprised. Other than that, this is just Gore's. Potentially, okay, the reason this is better than Gore's is because on bosses, Gore's was not working as intended, and you actually, even if you had max attack speed, you couldn't proc it every second on boss, even though you should be able to, on single target, that is. This one shouldn't have that issue, but the damage is lower, I believe. Other than that, winding. I believe this is a full new thing. I don't think this is coming. I mean, I'm fairly certain this is not coming from anywhere. The Iron Shrapnel already existed. This was a thing you could get with with the Chains and the Ultimate no one plays. I'm forgetting its name, whatever. Let's actually look that up. I don't use this ever. Iron Maelstrom, right? Yeah, Iron Maelstrom. There is an aspect that you can get Shrapnel from Iron Maelstrom and Steel Grasp, but there was nothing like this. So basically, attack with another skill grants you 4 stacks up to 20, that decays over time, sure. And Whirlwind deals increased damage per stack and, increased movement speed per stack. This is all cool and all. And while Whirlwind has its charges, it launches Iron Shrapnel that inflicts bleeding and does a bit more damage. Right, this is cool. But one of the issues that you might see here is that you need to cast another skill. To cast another skill, you need to stop channeling Whirlwind, which is a problem, especially with the other earlier thing that increased your damage up to 25 if you're channeling, right? That's an issue, and it's an issue with a lot of other stuff that you want to be channeling for Whirlwind, especially if we get some sort of snapshots into the game, which we'll probably have this season. It can be an issue. That being said, right, sorry about that. That being said, we do have a new unique, don't we? So let's take a look at that unique, shall we? So the new unique here, thanks to Riz, I'm gonna have the sources of both the tweet and where I got the Whirlwind tree in the video description. But yeah, Bane of Ajudan. This used to be a Mighty Throw unique, and it still is, but it's also a Whirlwind one. This only works if you're using Whirlwind. So this will potentially trigger the winding, right? One would assume. Again, I don't know if this counts as attack with another skill. We'll have to test all of this when the game actually comes live. Other than that, I don't know if this is gonna be good or not. It depends on how often it procs. Depending on often it procs, you might actually just scale damage on Mighty Throw and not Whirlwind itself. Again, this is supposed to be a Mighty Throw unique, so fair enough. But yeah, it does potentially have some uses for Whirlwind. Again, we'll have to see how the aspects are doing, because if we actually have decent offensive aspects, I don't see this ever being used over like a 30% aspect, right? I don't see any use for it. So we'll see. For Whirlwind, by the way, for Whirlwind, if you're playing a damage Mighty Throw build, well, you'll almost for sure use this, assuming it procs often enough. We'll see. Again, we don't have enough info to go about this, but yeah, this is the only stuff we have for Whirlwind for now. Once the game comes live, Whirlwind is going to be the first skill I'm going to be playing, of course, 100%. There's no questions about it. I'm going to be leveling with it. I'm going to be taking it to endgame. After that, we'll probably jump onto Paladin, starting on Blessed Hammer. That's the plan for now. We'll see if any other stuff is broken on Paladin. I only plan to do Whirlwind for now on Barbarian, at least in the season start. I also want to mess around with Paladin. There's a bunch of skills I love on Paladin. We also have Zeal, which basically feels like Whirlwind there. It's not quite the same, but it's very nice as well. Hopefully it is strong. We haven't seen the Zeal weapon yet. But yeah, guys. If you want to jump on the stream, I'm going to be live later today, going over all the other new stuff, watching the campfire, which is going to be in a couple of hours, I believe, when this video is released. So if you want to, jump in, check the campfire with me, see if we get any other news, make sure to check the Twitch, or I think I'm going to be dual streaming on YouTube, we'll see. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got hyped for Whirlwind like I am. Especially the Dust Devil one. I'm really excited for the Dust Devil one. One of the issues Whirlwind has had for the longest time is that a lot of his passives have been reworked to be supportive passives. A lot of builds that we're playing with Whirlwind are only taking the first passive on Whirlwind, right? They're basically just going here, right? Bam, bam, and that's about it. You're never taking one of the other two passives because they're mostly useless for Whirlwind. Now, we actually have some good stuff. We'll see which one is better. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later today on the Twitch, on the stream. And yeah, hope you're hyped for the Barbarian League start, because that's what I'm going to be doing. If you're going to be playing Warlock, I'll see you later in the season. I'll probably pick up Warlock, I don't know, maybe third week, fourth week, maybe, because I do want to mess around with the like transforming into the demon, the metamorphosis one. That one does look cool, but Barbarian and Paladin are my priorities. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye for more Diablo 4 content. Paladin, Barbarian. I forgot how to do the YouTube stuff. Bye.